Hi, welcome to my channel, Judy's Losing It, and I'm slowly losing it. I just thought I'd check in. I am finishing up my last week of the month of August. So I'm not going by weeks, I'm going by months. So this will be the end of my second month. And come September 2nd, it will be 2 months since I had VSG surgery. I assume if you if you're watching, that you know what that is. It's a weight loss surgery. And I've been, last time I was here, I was pretty struggling. I was complaining that I thought I just was doing it wrong. And I got a very kind comment message from Finding Elizabeth, who is definitely one of my huge heroes. And she just mentioned that, she had had similar results at the beginning to what I am encountering. I have to say, when I was on a juice fast, I lost weight so quickly, it was unbelievable. And I gained weight back just as quickly. So as I've been reminded, this is weight loss forever, and I need to look at it that way, and it's going to take as long as it's going to take. I realize that the first benefits of the surgery, you've got about a year and a half. But at the same token, I'm 61. I may not get to exactly where I want to be. I don't know. But I have to start appreciating what I have and stop complaining about what I don't. And so that's my wisdom for the week. And I have a lot of things to celebrate. I started back with water aerobics this week. Excellent. The first day, Monday, I was a little tentative. I wasn't sure how strong I was and how hard I wanted to push it. And so I didn't. I went through the motions, but that was it. And then, but then by Tuesday, I was going full bore. I had a good experience on Thursday. I only got to go 4 times. I had appointments. Wednesday, I have my physical therapist appointment, which right at the same time. So no way on Friday, I had a mammogram. I decided to put my health first and check it out. Having discovered that I have peripheral arterial disease, primarily in my left calf, I want to make sure that where I can to check where I can to make sure I don't have anything else. So, so that's my thinking on that. And so I went and had my mammogram. But then I had water aerobics on Saturday, which I worked very, very hard at. I was quite tired after it. But yet I still, took the dog to the dog park. Well, not to the dog park. Sawyer doesn't like the dog park. He doesn't really like to play with other dogs. What he likes to do is chase the ball. So we go to a park that has it has a dog park, but on the other side is like a baseball field. And so I sit, but then at the same token, he doesn't retrieve. And unfortunately, he has 2 balls of different values for him. A new ball, which is a very high value, and an older ball, which he doesn't really care about. So when I throw the old ball, he kind of pretends to go chase after it, but he doesn't always retrieve it. And then his new ball is constantly on it. So anyways, and he's a cheater. Yes, I have a dog who cheats. He thinks that both balls should be his. And so he'll have one in his mouth and the other he'll have both of his paws just clamped over it. So I gotta lift him by his harness to get that other ball out. And so we have quite a time. And so anyways, we played that for an hour yesterday. And then today I actually played with the dog, and then also went out for a very nice, it wasn't huge or anything, but for me it was. Standing is really uncomfortable, but my niece wanted to go shopping for a book, which is obviously up my alley. So we went to two different bookstores. We walked up a little hill and we had lunch together. Oh my gosh. I got to have a burger on a salad. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had half of it for lunch and then I finished the other half for dinner, and I still have a ton of salad left. So I made some tuna fish and was going to have that for lunch tomorrow, which will be a nice change. And then we walked back to the car. So it was a little bit of walking. I mean, it wasn't anything big. She's in tip-top shape, and, it was nothing for her. But for me, I shopped in a bookstore. So I stood and I walked around. I walked to another bookstore. I went up the stairs to check out another section. I sat periodically, but not all the time. And so yeah, it felt good. It felt good to be able to just get out and stroll around like everybody else. Because it's like I've just haven't had, I'm working on getting the strength back in my legs. And and I'm definitely able to walk without pain unless I push it too far. And I'm working hard at not pushing it too far, but still walking. So anyways, I'm this close to getting out of the 300s. But, as I try to explain it, my weight loss journey is not going to be like this. It's not a downward journey. It's like a little down and then and that seems to be what I'm doing. So I got down to 301.9 and I was so excited this morning when I weighed. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be 303. So yeah, it'll happen. But it'll happen in its time, not my time. And I'm definitely trying to step my emotions away from the scales. They're there for a reason, just to keep track. And beyond that, they do not reflect what's going on in my life. I'm in pants that I bought last year. And I know you're saying, well, why the hell did you keep them for a year? They were Walmart pants. They were like $7.99. And last year I had high hopes that I was going to have weight loss surgery in January, February. So when I bought them and they didn't fit, I was like, oh, I'll just keep them. Well, of course, it took me another half year before I got surgery. And then I was able to get them on. It's like, not everything fits. Particularly starting at a higher weight, it's really hard to change sizes. So, and I had gotten up to probably around 4X to 5X, particularly for my hips. And luckily, I have lost a lot of the weight has come off of my stomach, oddly enough, which is a great thing. But I know when I was having my mammogram at the end, while I was getting dressed, the technician came out and is like, has there been a change in your weight in the last year? And I was like, yep, I've lost 80 pounds. And she was like, oh, okay, well that explains, because I had a hard time getting my mammogram without any skin folds. So anyways, it is what it is. I was happy to at least do what I can to make sure that I don't have breast cancer, because that's probably my next biggest concern when it comes to cancer. And so I just felt like it was very important to have that done. And yeah, so it's like I've had some really good strides this week. Getting back to some regular aerobic exercise. My physical therapist is still working on strengthening my thighs and also my arms. Um, you know, since I can't, I mean, my left leg doesn't bend as well as my right. And so getting on the exercise bike is a problem. My leg just doesn't bend quite as well. So we're having a little bit of a issue on how to work out there. But we're figuring it out. And yeah, I've had to accept the fact that I have now 3 new medications I have to take in a day. I'd had a hope and a dream that I was going to get rid of my medications, and instead I've added 3. But it's good. It's going, Sawyer, it's going to keep me from possibly having a stroke or a heart attack from the plaque buildup that we now know is there. And so she has me on a cholesterol medication as well as a small aspirin. And then she also kindly gave me a prescription for, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, omeprazole, for protecting my stomach. So yeah, that's all good. And wish me luck. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow, and I think he'll be here for breakfast in the morning. I was going to get up early. I was at Whole Foods, and I saw that Birch Benders or something like that, they make all sorts of different kinds of pancake mixes. So they had one that was keto. And since he has diabetes, I have keto pancake mix and Lakanto's sugar-free maple flavoring syrup. And so I was going to make him pancakes, eggs, bacon, and he could have syrup if you wanted. Which for him, he hasn't had pancakes in years. So even if it doesn't taste absolutely the best, he will love it. So yeah, I am eating. It's like I really focus on, when I'm out in a restaurant, it's really hard because I don't know when to exactly stop. So I focus on listening to myself internally. If I start burping, I should have stopped a while ago. That is right now my biggest sign is if I burp, yes, Judy, stop eating. It's kind of hard because you don't always know when and where, but yeah, it's coming. I think my calories are a little too high. My days usually are more between 1,000 to 1,200 calories rather than the 8 to 1,000 that my nutritionist is recommending, which is probably also causing me not to lose as quickly. But overall, I'm feeling really good, and that's great because I was in so much pain. I have to say, with my legs, it was just killing me. I'm still having some trouble sleeping, I have to say. Somehow this PAD, peripheral arterial disease, the top of my left foot will kind of ache. So I take Tylenol before I go to bed. Sawyer, it's okay, babe. It's okay. So I take Tylenol before I go to bed. But it's hard. It takes me a while to find that level of peace to be able to sleep without too much pain. And it's not like, it's more like a little nagging pain than anything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not in total pain, but when you're used to not having any pain, to suddenly have pain and go to sleep through that, it's kind of hard. So I am using the Tylenol, which I wish I could have my Advil. That was my my beloved Advil. So anyways, hope you're having a great week. Wish me luck. Hopefully, even if it's just 299.9, I will take that, but we'll see. It might be next week. It might be a month from now. Just don't know. It'll happen when it happens. So anyways, hope you're having a great Sunday, and I will come back to you next week. Bye.